We're doing $1 million pool right now that's like 35 feet out of the ground. We have probably $75 million worth of construction. We spent over $1 million last month just on construction.
So welcome back to the Business of Building. Today we have a very special guest, John Geoffrey, who runs Revent Builds. I'm going to have him tell you about that. He also runs one of the most popular building channels on YouTube with 45,000 followers, which is amazing. So we're going to talk about that as well. John, it's great to have you.
Awesome, Matthew. Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun.
So we are, a pretty high-end, like luxury general contractor here in Austin, Texas. We do everything from like kitchens, baths, additions, renovations. We do full-scale renovations of homes, and then we also build custom homes. And we do, we have a lot of crazy stuff. We're doing $1 million pool right now that's like 35 feet out of the ground. We have pharmacies that we're doing. We have #1 jiu-jitsu gym in the world. We're doing boat docks. We have probably $75 million worth of construction between, a ton of custom and spec homes that we're doing. So, we're kind of just like on fire right now, and it does feel really cool. It kind of feels like all the work that I put in since I started this in 2017 is like really coming to fruition, but it's also like terrifying. We spent over $1 million last month just on construction, and it's like managing the cash flow, dealing with all of the pre-construction documents of just like all of our plans, like getting stuff through permits, dealing with architects and interior designers and engineers. It is pretty wild. But we're loving it, man. It's been really, really fun. And also, like, a big part of that has been the content creation. So we have a full-time videographer on our staff. So the cameras are just rolling 24/7. And, I just really wanted to, like, document this, not only for myself. I mean, it's fun. You kind of look back on, like, a video diary of what you've done.
How did you get into the construction business to begin with? Like, how'd you get started there?
So basically, I played football at Rice University. I graduated in 2012, and then I actually went to law school. So I was in law school, and then me and one of my teammates started a real estate investment company in Houston, and we were buying homes in like 2012 for like 35 grand a pop. And then that's how I learned the game. I was kind of playing general contractor while I was in law school, and then just fell in love with the process. And we did, I think maybe 2 or 3 homes our first year, and then maybe 5 or 6 the next, and then maybe 10 the next. And like before I knew it, I was finishing law school, and we had like 30 or so houses. And it was really cool, and in that time, I bought my first personal home in like 2013. And then I renovated it, and that was my first like upscale job. And, that was like $150K. And what's funny is, we just did a kitchen for like $500,000, right? So like upscale has like all these different levels to it. So I met up with some pretty big hitters in the real estate space, this guy Tim Heil, and then Gary Keller. And Gary Keller ended up being a partner. We were going to be this massive home builder, and I moved to Austin in like late 2016 to do it. And it was amazing. I got to learn all the ins and outs of Austin and, on someone else's dime, and it was so great. I was like really insulated and obviously doing my best. And we did a few projects, and I met a bunch of the same guys that are with me today in Austin. They were working on me on those earlier projects. And then like in 2017, the market hit a plateau, and Gary Keller was like, hey, Keller Williams National Data, it's looking like Austin's going to tank. We're selling out of everything. And I was like, oh, well, that's great. Like, I just bought a house in Austin. My daughter was 6 months old at the time. And I was like, oh, crap, so we sold everything. And I was like, you know what? I love this. This is my passion. This is what I'm meant to do. I literally just call this crisis management. There's disasters waiting to happen at every single moment. At a certain point, you just have to, my mantra is, there's always a path forward. Things will happen. If it is completely out of my control, you know what? That's what insurance is for. What insurance is not for is being a piece of crap. What's funny is there is insurance that will cover negligence, right? But, what you do is you hire the right people. You learn how to do things the right way. And you go about these things all in the right way, and just knowing that accidents can happen, right? But what keeps me comfortable at night is knowing that we go the extra mile in our waterproofing and our framing.